Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber. I'm so happy you're here today on my channel. On Fridays, it is Focus Friday, and we get to spend a little bit of time in God's wonderful word, and then we're going to do a little crafty session after that. So if you were following along throughout the series of the Focus Friday, last week you would have seen me do a really fun project, but also I came to the realization that I'm going to let God lead where we are going to go, and He has directed me to the prayer of Jabez. Jabez is a very young man, and he's starting out his life, and he doesn't really know exactly in the moment what he wants or what he would want to do with his life, but he knows that he wants more. And so we're going to start off with that. We're going to just read the prayer of Jabez, which is in the Old Testament. It's in 1 Chronicles. It's in chapter 4, and I'm going to read verse 9, which tells us about Jabez. And then verse 10, which is actually his one sentence prayer. All right, here we go with verse 9. And Jabez was more honorable than his brethren, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bear him with sorrow. Verse 10. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, Oh, that thou wouldest bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, and that thine hand might be with me, and that thou wouldest keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me. And God granted him that which he requested. And I actually prefer the New King James Version of that prayer. So I've got it marked in my Thomas Kincaid Bible here. So I'm going to read it again because I'm a little bit more fluent with this version. This is the version that I've become very familiar with. And I'll read 9 and 10 again in 1 Chronicles. Now Jabez was more honorable than his brothers, and his mother called his name Jabez, saying, because I bore him in pain. And here's his prayer. Verse 10. And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, Oh, that you would bless me indeed, and enlarge my territory, that your hand would be with me, and that you would keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. So God granted him what he requested. How amazing is that? It's just amazing. Amazing. And I've just been on a little journey here the last couple of days. I'm going to be honest, last couple of days. I went to my shelf. I knew that I needed to read Jabez, right? Okay, this is what I saw when I got there. I'm going to show you the exact same way that I saw it on my shelf. There it is. This is the prayer of Jabez for teens that I was telling you that I had as a teenager. Literally as a teenager, our whole youth group read this, and it was something that we did. I actually have 2 copies. So this is my version that I got, that I bought, and my pastor wrote in there 1 Timothy 4:12, which speaks about you being young. And so we'll go ahead and we'll look that verse up as well, because that was a verse that we prayed every Wednesday. Our whole youth group studied this. I'm looking for James. I'm looking for Timothy. Sorry, James, not you. Timothy, 1 John, 2 John, Jude, Revelations. Okay. Timothy, where do you live? Where do you live in the Bible? Hebrews. I'm not. There it is. First, I wasn't prepared for this one. 4. I didn't have it marked for you guys. 4:12. Yep, 4:12. I already know it's 4:12. It says, Let no man despise thy youth. Be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Don't let others look down on you because you are young. You are a teenager, right? That's what it was really preached about. Really preached about being young, but being able to set the example for Christ. He doesn't care how old you are. It does not matter. All of us are young. All of us are young, and what we can do, we can have a new beginning. Today is your new beginning. So I went to my shelf. This is what I saw. The prayer of Jabez for teens. And then I saw the secrets of the vine and a life God rewards. And then at the very back of here, I saw the prayer of Jabez for women. I've never read this. Didn't even know I owned it. I thought, okay, God, yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop this out. I'm going to start reading it. I turned to the first page right here. This is where I got to right here. Darlene's letter to you. At some point or another, you've probably looked down the road you're traveling and thought, is this all there is? Or is there more to this journey through life than I am currently experiencing? And I remembered, and I went, you know what? How can I read this without going back and reading this? So God called me back. He's called me back. As you can see, I'm not very far in there. There's a lot. There's a lot of goodness in here. I haven't even got to his actual prayer yet, but I'm so excited to share it with you. And then I went down to my second shelf and I found this. And I thought, awesome. I'm going to bless somebody. Whoever you are out there that needs this book, The Prayer of Jabez for Teens. I know it says for teens. It's fine. Doesn't matter if you're teenagers or not. I will send this to you. The first person that comments The Prayer of Jabez for Teens on this video, and then I will contact you. My email will be in this video, and I'll arrange it so that I can just send you this book wherever you are. Doesn't matter. You can be in Europe, you can be in Australia, you can be wherever you live, and I will mail this book to you because I so want you to have it. I think you can have a lot of value from it. I think it'll bring great joy and blessing to your life. All right, so that's my passion right there. I'm going to be going through these. I'm going to read this first, and then I think I'm going to hop up here to the women so I can really just transfer this to this. And then, you know, I don't know if God has called me to read these just yet, but I know these two for sure. Anyways, that's that. Now, for our fun little crafty project, thinking about Jabez. The Prayer of Jabez. We're going to go back to my treasure journal. This last week, I was planting in my garden, which I have not, I don't have a garden, planting around the yard. Have not planted the zinnias yet, Denise. I'm going to do that this afternoon. I want to put them in a little, I have a special like planter box that sits on my deck, and I got fresh new dirt. I'm so excited. I'm going to plant them. I'm hoping they'll bloom. I'm hoping it'll be a good year. So anyways, I went to the Dollar Tree, and I got 4 packages of these wildflowers. They were 4 for $1.25, and I was so excited to go ahead and plant these. Well, my husband was helping me, right? He's like, yeah, just rip it open. What are you doing? we don't rip beautiful things open. I followed along. We had 3 more where you just rip them. This one I ripped on purpose below the flower seed there. So my intention was we're going to make a hidden journaling spot. Isn't that fun? I'm going to put it right here on this page. I'm just going to glue this down, and then I'm going to have this in here, and we're going to pull it out, and we're going to have the Prayer of Jabez. How fun is that? Super simple today. I won't be here long. I won't be keeping you very long. So you can get out there and experience the day that God already has planned for you. So do not worry. Do not be anxious about anything, but by prayer and petition come before the Lord. He is already in the moment you're about to have. He's been there. He knows what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't need to worry about it. We do not need to worry about it. So I'm just going to full on glue that down to my pocket. I love that. I'm hoping these actually grow. I mean, there was very few seeds in here. I probably needed like, I don't know, 12 bags probably to get it to do anything. But we'll let you know as we go. I don't know if that's actually going to stick. This is wallpaper, by the way. This is a wallpaper page. So I went ahead and I wrote down, because I'm going to continue to refer to the Prayer of Jabez in the New King James Version. I wrote it down on an index card. So you can see here, it's a regular old index card. And all I did was measure it down so it would fit in the pocket. So on the front side here, I've got verse 9, and on the back, I've got verse 10. I just want to simply glue this on. So I'm going to attach it to the inside, and then slip it in this pocket. I thought this was just super fun. I've had this sitting around for a week, and yep. I want to be a wildflower. I want to be where God plants me. It's just so, it's so fitting. And then the Prayer of Jabez inside there. I mean, amazing. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited. I hope you are excited as well for today and for whatever you got planned, whatever you don't have planned that you will be experiencing. So I'm going to go ahead and add my glue to my paper here, because I don't necessarily want it to be glued to the front and back, I don't think. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll be honest with you. I just want it to be on there. I might end up gluing the back. But just so that if I wanted to add something else, like I might get more out of this. I should have let this be another tuck spot, but that's fine. There's plenty of room. I just want it to sit so that, I mean, obviously you can see that it's torn, but if you put it back together, let's see here if I can pick this up for you. You can see that it's ripped, but if you line it up just right, I mean, I'm not too particular if it lines up just right. I just think that's so neat. I've been wanting to do a hidden journaling spot for a long time. In fact, it was on my list last year for Treasure Tag Thursdays that I wanted to do a tag like that. I wanted to take a tag and like pull the top out and there's another tag inside there. And I couldn't mentally get the technique down how to do that. And so now I've done it. I'm excited. I love it. So cool. The prayer of Jabez. So yes, somebody please comment down below on my video. And I'm just so excited. I want you to be blessed. I want to be an inspiration to you and bring you new ideas and new content. And I really, really, really am feeling it. I'm feeling it, for God is with us. And there's a little piece of this blue dainty floral fabric, as JD likes to say. I think I'm just going to make a little page tab here. On this, it does open up, so I want to make sure I have enough space to do that. Just seeing it sit there and lay there, let's go ahead and add it here. Make it a little bit more interesting. I could add it to the top, but then that makes that really obvious of pulling that out. That's the last thing I'm going to do. I just saw that sitting there and I thought, yep, I want to add that. So I'm going to add a little bit here. I don't want it covering up that beautiful flower there, but right here. Maybe. Oh, my hand. My hand is not happy. Also, it is exciting. I get to go visit my mom. My mom next week. I'm very, very, very excited. I haven't seen her since November, so it's about time to go for a visit. So I will be with her actually on next week's Focus Friday. So I'll have pre-filmed, obviously. I'll have pre-filmed that, and yeah, watch it with her. So I'll be sending you well wishes from there with her. So I'm so excited. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, a great day. And remember, you are a treasure. You are blessed. God loves you so, so much. So, so much. Oh, I did that and actually make a tab, did it? I just kind of made it a little, we'll go with it. We're going with it. A little tuck spot here. And then we have victory in Jesus. Amen. Amen, we do. He died on the cross for us to not suffer, for us to have a new life. So now that I've got that hanging there, I've got to tuck something in it, right? Because I made it just be a little tuck spot on accident. Who knows? Got this piece of paper here. I just want to see. Obviously, this will fit in there, but I want to actually see. Oh, yeah, see, it's not a whole ton of space. So let's just grab the scrap bag here. I got to move all my books. A little scrap bag. I said one thing and then we'll be done, right? And then it just keeps going. Just keeps going. Where are you? The little boy is waiting patiently for me to play with him. Told him let me do my video. I'll play with you. Yes, I will. I've got the blues. I don't think I have any extra leftover blue bits of paper. I've got a lot of pink. A lot of pink things. She's kind of cute. She's already cut off, but she's too big. Well, this doesn't have to be blue, I suppose. There's a little bit. Oh, maybe this is enough. Maybe this is what it was meant for right here. Oh my goodness, no way. Okay, here we go. I got to trim it down just a little bit. Oh, how fun. See? Trust the process. Trust the process. It just comes together the way it's supposed to. So I'm just using my trimmer down here on the bottom of my, it's on my table thing. And I'm going to cut it off so I don't have to remove the books. So I just trimmed it just a tiny touch. Let's see if that's enough. Oh, that would be a really tight fit. I'm try to loosen it up. Oops, sorry if I bumped the camera there. Just want to loosen that up a little bit. I can always pull the Fabri-Tac a little bit away from there. Okay. I just don't want that to get glued. And just for funsies, and it's got fun. It's a digital. It is leftover from something. I don't know what or when or where or who or any of those details, but I know that it's leftover. Okay, and just like that. Here, how about we add another fabric? Why not? We're going fabric crazy. We're going fabric crazy. I got this beautiful leftover blue bit that you'll see back in here where I have the fabric flip after my boy. Let's see here. It's somewhere here. Here it is. This beautiful fabric pocket. It's just all these little leftover bits and pieces end up making the journal have a feel of being complete. Now that might be a little bit much. Maybe I actually want it down here. I think I'm going to do a fabric pull down. Something new. Let's try it. Let's just try it and see. I might like it, might not like it. You can always flip it around and put it the other way. Anyhow, yeah, it makes your journal look cohesive. It helps it flow. I like all the random bits, honestly. I'm scattered. I like my rainbow color. Sorry, just adding a little bit of Fabri-Tac there. And then I'm going to add a bit to this side. Ooh, this is so fun. Just been enjoying myself. I hope you are as well. And I've got blue in the machine. We can just throw some blue thread on there and tuck it in the pocket. All right, I'll be right back. Ah, there. Now it feels like it's finished. So, of course, we could always go top loading, and then you would see just maybe the littlest bit of it sticking out at the top. Look how fun that looks. Doesn't she just look like a fun journal? I've been enjoying it. But for this sake, I want to go upside down. I just feel like that's where I want to go. I'm not going to worry about it. So I've got these couple of vintage fabrics here. And then, of course, the digital paper. And then it's attached, this little flap here, this wallpaper is attached to a piece of music paper that also has a little vintage sewing here, which is yellow. So yellow and blue really pretty together. And it goes over to the other side with the flip out. And I've got this beautiful Hobby Lobby paper here with some washi tape from my friend from Germany. There's some background stamping. And then I've got this tag here. So I think this is a lovely, lovely page spread. And it will give me plenty of extra room to journal on my own about Jabez. And I thought it's just a great beginning right here. I'm really excited about that. And then I've got a fun little poem here that more than likely I will end up covering. Yes, I like the whimsy. I like the whimsy here. I like that. Maybe that's baby Jabez. Right? Because he's young. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And we will see you really soon in next week's video. Bye-bye.